Hello, we are going to discuss about the carboxylic acids, one of the topic from organic chemistry, and we will discuss how in this group that what are carboxylic acids and how we can prepare it. What are carboxylic acids? Carboxylic acids actually are those compounds that contain this functional group, and this functional group is a combination of carbonyl group and hydroxyl group. Carbonyl group and hydroxyl group collectively form gives us the carboxylic acid. There are a few types of the carboxylic acids. Firstly, we classify it on the basis of aliphatic and aromatic. Aliphatic carboxylic group are those carboxylic acids that contains either alkyl group or hydrogen group, and on the other hand, aromatic carboxylic acids are those that contain either aryl group or phenyl group. There is another classification for carboxylic acids, and that depends on the number of carboxyl group in a compound, and that can be mono, that can be di, that can be tri, and so on. Depends on how many carboxylic groups are present in a compound. And there are a few examples, and this is a little circle just telling us about the nomenclature of the carboxylic acids. So this is the first example, and this is also the example of aliphatic carboxylic acid. So this is the methanoic acid, most simple and common carboxylic acid, and it contains hydrogen group. And that is a hydroxyl group in the carboxylic acid. So this is the methanoic acid. What about the naming or nomenclature? It's about that if we take an alkane, we can say ethane, and we have E at the end of the ethane. If we change this E with the OIC, if we replace it with the OIC, oic, at the end, then we can say ethanoic acid. Ethanoic is a carboxylic acid. This is how we name it. So this is the first example, and that is the monocarboxylic acid because it has one carboxylic functional group. And then there is another example that is the 1,2-ethanedioic acid. Ethanedioic acid contains a di in it. It means it has two carboxylic acids, to a carboxylic functional group in one compound. Then another example, these two examples, this one and this one, are the aliphatic, are also the examples of aliphatic carboxylic group. And there is another example that is example of aromatic carboxylic acid, and that is a benzoic acid. That carboxylic acid attached with benzene, so it is aromatic monocarboxylic acid. So these were the few examples of the carboxylic acid. Then how to get an carboxylic acid, and first method is from alcohols. Primary alcohols are readily oxidized to corresponding primary alcohols, and also aldehydes, aldehydes are readily oxidized to corresponding carboxylic acid by oxidizing agents. And those oxidizing agents, one of the oxidizing agents is potassium dichromate in an acidic medium. So let's see the reaction, how a primary alcohol and aldehyde get oxidized and then converted into carboxylic acid. So this one is a primary alcohol as it contains OH group. So we add oxygen in the presence of both acidic medium and the potassium dichromate. It's an oxidizing agent, and then it gives us the aldehyde. That aldehyde, again, by oxidizing it, gives us the carboxylic acid. And then this is the formal example that we take ethanol and then we oxidize it and it gives ethanol. Ethanol is aldehyde, and then again we oxidize it and it gives an ethanoic acid. So this is the first method from which we can have carboxylic acid. And then there is another method that is from alkane nitriles. Alkane nitriles actually are those compounds that contain cyanide group, and that's called nitriles. So how we get carboxylic acid from the alkane nitriles? It's by the hydrolysis of the alkane nitriles with the mineral acids or with the alkalis, gives us the carboxylic acid, and this is a reaction for it. And here we have a cyanide, alkane cyanide, and it gives us in the presence of HCl, and it gives us the carboxylic acid. And the third one is by the esters. What we are doing here, that we hydrolyze esters with a concentrated sodium hydroxide, and it will give us the salt. That salt will react with the HCl, diluted HCl, or in the presence of diluted HCl, gives us the carboxylic acid. And here is the reaction for it. Firstly, we need to take an ester, that is ethyl acetate, and in the presence of NaOH, sodium hydroxide, it gives us a sodium acetate. That sodium acetate, in the presence of diluted HCl, will give us the carboxylic acid. So this was a short video in which you can quickly know that what are the carboxylic acids and how we can prepare it. In the next video, we will certainly discuss about the reactions of the carboxylic acids and few of the physical properties of the carboxylic acid. See you till the next video. Thank you.